Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to the QPR Career Mode. If you're not all nice and caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then welcome back to today's episode. And this episode is the finale of season number 1 with possibly the most dramatic ending that I've managed to achieve in a QPR Career Mode on the channel. I'll tell you guys right now, regardless of what happens in the episode, it will still be sort of the usual kind of length of episode because a win today against 5th placed Preston sees us into the playoffs, and then we will play however many games of the playoffs that we get through. Like, you know, if we go out in the semi-finals, then it is what it is. If we get to the finals, win or lose, great, it is what it is. But if we lose this game today, we are guaranteed another season in the championship, and this episode will be like starting off season number 2. Obviously, I'm hoping for the first kind of outcome and that we get into the playoffs, and I'd love to get promoted. Is this team ready for the Premier League? No, not at all. But am I ready for the Premier League? Probably also no, but I'm ready to take this series to the next level. The whole point is getting QPR to the top of the top, so let's try and get there. If you guys are excited, leave a like on the video, supports me a whole bunch. Hit the sub button if you're new. Without further ado, let's work forward to Preston. I'll see you guys at that starting lineup, unless, of course, anything happens first. Morgan Fox, by the way, confirmed to leave, going to Valladolid, or Valladolid, I don't know how you say it, but he's leaving for just short of £1 million, which is quite nice, so we should get at that at the start of next season. Very happy with that indeed. Begovic also confirmed to be leaving on a free at the end of the season, going to Shabab Club off for a free, as I said, and it means that we definitely need to be getting ourselves another keeper for the start of next season. Whether Labrovic starts for us or not, I'm not too sure yet. I'm undecided. Here we go into arguably the biggest game of the series for the 46th time. I think I've said that now this season, and I'm so ready for this matchup here. We've got, with the lineup, we've gone with Labrovic, Powell, Clark-Salter, Dunn, and Ozzy. Field and Dazelle in the middle of the park. Chair on the left, Willock on the right, and we've gone with Armstrong and Dykes up front. Leaves us a nice strong bench as well, the likes of Chaplin, Smith. We've got Richards on the bench. We've got Bellingham. We've got a real good-looking bench as well, just to see us through this game, hopefully. And this is, as I say, arguably the most important we are going to have for some period of time as a match. If we can win this, obviously, it would then be that the finals of the playoff place would then be the next most important game. But this is huge. For the opportunity of a promotion, this is absolutely massive. I'm surprised there's not a bit more sort of build-up, sort of, you know, match play stuff, like the intense sort of pre-match things that we've seen. But Sam Field sort of being highlighted as a key player here. Let's take on Preston, boys. Come on, you R's. Let's get that promotion. Linden on the ball here. Going to look out wide and try and find Chair, but loses the ball in a bit of a decent spot there for Preston to potentially try and bring this ball forward, but they're taking their time. They work it into the middle of the park, and well stepped in there from Kenneth Powell. Lovely. Oh, good overlap here. And it's, oh no, he's played it to himself. It looked like he was playing it through to, I think it's Potts, but he sort of ended up playing it to himself here. But they're playing it into the middle now. Risa with a strike. Labrovic with a good save there down to his left. Labrovic needs to be on top form today. We need a Labrovic special today. That's ideally what we're looking for. But let's play that. Oh, I was going to say, play that ball through to Armstrong. He tried to play it to Dykes, but it was well intercepted. I'll be honest with you, it's not been all Preston, but we've not really even worked our way properly into their half yet. So it's a little bit cagey. You can tell that there's a lot on the line here today. Ozzy Kakai bursting forward from the right-back position here. Going to try and play a ball through to Linden. Can Linden get there first? Not quite, but Watmore is going to lose out as Dykes wins it back off him. We're going to get this across to Willock now. Chrissy Willock going to have to try and play it out. Oh, it's a bit of a loose pass there. That's the furthest up the pitch we've managed to make our way, boys. It's been real cagey in the middle of the park. Keane on the ball. Dunn going to try and close down. Dunn and Ozzy Kakai working really well together there to bring that away. That could have been a really important tackle because that could have been problematic if they'd worked it forward. That's a silly pass from me there from Dazelle trying to find Field. And instead we find Keane. And it's 1-0 to Preston, boys. It's the worst case scenario. We go 1-0 down, and that is not what we needed to see. The absolute last thing we needed here, boys, was a goal for Preston. They're 1-0 up, and we've got a lot of work to do now. That is not ideal at all. A loose pass from me from Dazelle trying to find Field. The ball instead finds its way to Keane, and Keane with a decent shot. It's right across that goal. Labrovic, not really too much he can do. He narrowed the angles. It's just under his hand. It's unfortunate. He made himself big, but the ball finds the back of the net, and it's 1-0 to Preston. Ozzy Kakai is going to bring this ball forward. He's going to try and find Willock. Does find Willock, but Willock runs into Hughes. It's unfortunate there. And again, Brady now pushing down this right-hand side. Instead plays it inside. Keane on the ball again. Going to find Brady all the way with a lovely switch there in the middle to Risa. Risa makes it 2, boys. It is absolutely... We're falling apart. We are falling apart at the absolute worst possible point. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Right. I need to wake up here. This is not good. This is a bad, bad look. Risa with a nice, strong strike. Pretty similar finish in regards to being into that bottom corner. But it's 38 minutes gone, boys, and it's 2-0 to Preston, who are looking like, at the moment, they are keeping hold of their playoff place. This is really not ideal. Armstrong, I need something there, mate. Not quite good enough. Dazelle with a good, strong tackle there. Standing tackle wins it. Willock going to miss it, but plays it back to Chair. Chair doesn't quite find Armstrong. That was our best chance to really make anything this half. That shows how few and far between chances have been. Half-time, 2-0 down, and it's not looking good. Preston looking pretty comfortable for it as well. Looking good for a 2-0 lead, and it's looking... unlikely for us to really get anything. We've not had a single shot. It's showing Chair's not had a shot. We haven't had a shot. As a squad, no one's had a strike yet. I'm going to have to take off Linden here, and I'm going to bring on Chaplin. And you know what? I'm kind of tempted to go to that 4-2-3-1. I'm not going to do it yet. I feel like if I need to, then we've got that to change to. But... This is a huge 45 minutes because a point's not enough. We need 3 goals in 45 minutes. It's a big... We've done it before, but it's a big ask. Good tackle from Armstrong. Nice and early in the half as well. Sinclair Armstrong. You need to find the back of the net here, and he does. Beautiful finish into that top corner. 48 minutes. Perfect time to get an early reply in the second half. It was a great tackle from Armstrong. Good run. And on his weaker foot, he absolutely thwacks it into that top right-hand corner. Lovely finish there to the keeper's left. He just steps the wrong way. Plays it behind the defender as well. Fantastic strike. I just want to check. Does this actually go behind the defender? It does. That's a beautiful strike, mate. Well done, Sinclair. Possibly your biggest goal yet, mate. Lovely stuff. And a great time to get that first goal back. Gives us plenty of time to push for more. Oh, Kenneth Powell doesn't quite clear the initial header, but Jimmy Dunn gets up to it well. And that's a bad tackle, ref. That's a very bad tackle. In my opinion, that shouldn't just be a yellow. That should be a lot more than that. I mean, maybe I'm being a bit pedantic, but that's a bad tackle, that, in my opinion. Chaplin on the ball here. Going to look out wide and find Willock. Willock now going to try and find a run again from Chaplin. Does so. And Chaplin here with a little bit of space to run into. Going to find Armstrong again. Could Armstrong be our saviour here? Not quite. Not quite. It's looking better, though. The 5 at the back is still causing us a couple of problems when going forward, but we're finding a few more chances. I think Chaplin's addition of pace here could be huge. Oh, Risa on the ball here. Going to try and cut it inside. Ozzy with a great tackle there. I know it's never good to make changes on set pieces, but I'm going to do just that. And I'm going to bring on Paul Smith here. Now, my thought process, honestly... Oh, I didn't mean that. Hold on. My thought process here is I was just saying that Chaplin has come on and been such a huge impact with pace. And you know what? More pace, I think, is going to be even better. I'm going to have him on stay forward. I'm going to have him on getting behind, and I'm going to have him get on the box for crosses. And I'm going to set both of them to do that because realistically, right now, I need players up there. 4 players in attack. It's what needs to happen, boys. So taking off Chair, bringing on Smith, adding that extra pace, having Willock and Chair both now staying up for attacks instead of coming back on defence because realistically, 3 points is what we need. A point is not enough. We've got 25 minutes to bag 2 goals and not concede in that time too. So attack is the order of the day, boys. And Dazelle is going to try and bring this away here from this corner. Andre Dazelle, keep running, mate. Look at that run from Willock. Can I find him? It's a beautiful ball. It's just in that corridor of uncertainty, but it's well defended, it has to be said. Good effort, though. Willock on the ball now. Going to try and bring this forward. A lovely little ball roll. Tries to bring it inside. Look at that run there from Chaplin. Really nice run from Chaplin. He's pulled onto his outside, onto the right. But Armstrong bags a brace, boys. 77 minutes. It's still possible. Just when I thought this series couldn't get more dramatic. It's drama-filled right now. The crowd's going wild, as they should be. We need Loftus Road absolutely rocking. Lovely stuff from Chaplin. Brings it inside onto his left. Finds his striker partner in Sinclair Armstrong, who finds the back of the net. This time on his strong foot into the keeper's left and into the back of the net, boys. 13 minutes. It's still doable. It's still possible. Come on, boys. I would absolutely hate, after working so hard to get back into it, to have it fall around in front of us again. But lovely stuff there from Powell. Gets it to Field. Field gets it clear to Chaplin. Willock back into Chaplin. Armstrong. Can a hat-trick from Sinclair Armstrong be the saviour of the day? Yes, it can. 85 minutes and Sinclair Armstrong potentially about to write his name in the history books of QPR with a huge hat-trick for the young lad. Finding the goal, not once, not twice, but thrice. And he could have secured us a place in a playoff position here. That would be absolutely huge. It has to be said, Chaplin has come on and been incredible for this, by the way. That influx of pace has just been humongous in getting us back into this. And I cannot express enough how crucial it has been that Sinclair Armstrong has found the back of the net as often as he has. He could be our absolute hero here with a possible promotion. A matter of minutes on the clock. Going to stick with this and just see it out. You guys can sort of see the dying seconds here, because all it needs for Preston to secure themselves in the playoffs instead of us is a goal. And they're going to find Risa. Risa strikes it against Labrovic. 4 minutes added on. Paul Smith up. An absolutely crucial winning header there. Played out again here from Chaplin, and Smith just put the burners on, mate. Smith could see us stay safe here. We're going to get that ball just into the middle. Chaplin with a header. It's gone wide, and I couldn't care less, boys. That is absolutely humongous, and that's the kind of win that you need going into knockout style football. You need some resilience, you need some backbone, and we've shown it in abundance there, boys. Huge result, and Sinclair Armstrong, potentially our saviour for the series, not just the season. He could have absolutely thrown us, catapulted us into something huge. Well done, Sinclair. Well done, boys. What a result. It may have taken a lot longer than we'd anticipated, boys, but we have found ourselves into the playoffs. It's not been for lack of trying, but I'll tell you now, it's been a difficult one to pursue. But we can see here, Carabao Cup winners have gone to Man City. They won 3-0 in the final against West Ham. I don't remember when I got knocked out, but I'm fairly sure it was pretty early on in the grand scheme of things. I'm just going to try and find us, see where it was went out. Was it round 2? Did I go out that early? I did. I went out 4-3 to Burnley. I think that was that the played highlights? I can't remember. Either way, we went out of that one. FA Cup final is going to be between Chelsea and Manchester United. Again, don't remember when I went out on this one, but I'm fairly sure it was pretty early. Oh, yeah, that was the thumping from Arsenal. I remember that quite candidly now, but round 4 of that one. And then you can see we finished in 5th. Preston actually kept their playoff place. Hull only picked up a point on their game, final game of the season against Millwall, I think it must have been, right? Was that the... Oh, no, it was against Stoke. They drew 1-1 against Stoke. So it turns out a point still wouldn't have been enough for us, because we'd have been worse off by a goal against in comparison to Hull. But, mate, that is an absolute crazy finish to the season. We will be fair enough against Norwich in the semi-final, while Preston take on Southampton. So finishing 5th means that we've had I don't think it's any easier run of things, because playing Southampton or Norwich, both are going to have been difficult. Leeds managed to finish top of the table, with Leicester finishing only a point behind them. Very interesting title run in real life as well between those two. And looking at the bottom of the tree, we've got Plymouth, Ipswich and Rotherham go down. Sunderland actually survived. So maybe signing in Bellingham was maybe a touch premature, but I still stand by they were in a pretty torrid time of things. And I think in the scenario of how things were playing out in the career mode, there was some realism to it. Obviously not realistic in real life. So I will bear that one in mind. But running with the realism of the career mode, I think it was a very, very apt signing. So Ipswich, Rotherham and Plymouth are finding their way down. And we'll find out, obviously, who's going to go up in the playoffs with Leeds and Leicester. Our first game's against Norwich. Unless anything happens first, I'll see you there. I've also just been told off here for not playing Adoma. I didn't see that he'd sent me a message. I feel a bit bad now. I feel a little bit bad. I would have given Adoma a couple of... To be fair, actually, it was pretty last guard. It was pretty dramatic at the end there. I maybe would have brought him on for Willock just after we'd gone 3-2 up, but I didn't even think about it. So I feel a little bit bad. Colback isn't going. We've got 8.4 million. Lovely, lovely stuff there. Really, really happy to get 8.4 million in because that's going to be super helpful for next season. It's going to be some money in our back pocket, hopefully. But so far, our expenses are absolutely... flying high. So without that 8.4 million prize money, we'd have been in trouble profit-wise. But we made some profit this season. I've said to you guys, I want to make sure that I'm keeping the club in a sort of a positive, a net profit. So that's important to me. Anyway, I'm waffling a bit because I'm a bit nervous about this. Anyway, I'll see you guys there. Okay, a little bit of rotation here as a couple of players a little bit tired from that previous game. You've seen Holmes come in for Jake Clark-Salter and Waters in for Ozzy Kakao. You can see Field's a little bit tired and Armstrong is a little bit too, but a little bit of rotation is not ideal. But don't forget, we have got a game 3 days from now. So it's going to be a bit close to find out and see really who is going to be fit for that next game. Rotation is going to be important, and I have put Albert Adoma on the bench because this will be his last game at Loftus Road, win, lose or draw. So I have got him on the bench. I'd like to bring Albert on. I didn't mean to not bring him on. There was no ill will in not bringing him on. I genuinely didn't see the email asking for him to play. Otherwise, I would have brought him on. So I will have him on that bench. He will get some minutes at some point today, regardless of the score. But yeah, let's go into this, boys. A huge, huge matchup here against Norwich. First leg of 2 for the semi-final of the promotion opportunity that the playoff provides. Come on, you ours. Willock here, a little ball roll just to keep that ball alive. But Sarah comes across with a nice tackle in the end. Just a little bit of high pressure here, boys. A little bit putting them under, seeing if we can get them, I was going to say get them to make a mistake, but they've done really well at just knocking that around and getting themselves out of an issue. Got to be careful here as they bring this ball forward. Dazell's been beaten there, and now Holmes has got to stand up his man. Cook also trying to stand up the players here as they try and get this ball into the box. Hernandez does try and get past him, but it's well stepped in there from Cook. Just used his body, hasn't got the pace that someone like Hernandez has got, but he's got that sort of positioning and good defence, just like Gibson has there to stop Dykes from playing that ball through. But just got to be careful. At the moment, it's all Norwich, I won't lie to you. Kenneth Powell going to try and step into the ball here. Doesn't quite manage to do it there. Sam Field isn't going to be able to close them down. They're knocking this ball around really nicely. Sargent plays it across. Nunes with the strike. Labrovic with a humongous save there. Down to his right. Really, really good save. Good effort on target. And it needed an equally good save from Labrovic. And thankfully, it got just that. Let's see if we can now stop this ball from coming in here. Going to try and whip it in. Oh, we just need to close this down. Just keep closing them down here. Dazell, good work there, but Nunes plays it into Huang, and it's a good tackle in the end from Cook, and Waters doesn't quite rotate or turn quick enough, and he finds it off for a corner here. Not what we need to see, because they play it short. I'd rather than play it into the box, I won't lie to you, because them playing it short means that they've got that ability to dribble, play it along the line, and then cut it in, which is always a nightmare to defend against, whether you're on foot or against a legendary AI, I can tell you that. But Huang turns, strikes, and Holmes gets himself positioned well in front of the ball here. But Willock now needs to bring this away. We're not, you know what it is, boys? We're not playing like the home team right now. We are playing like the away team. We're sort of sat off possession, not out of choice, but because Norwich are just keeping it so blooming well. It's really, really difficult to win this off him. But a lovely pass here. Oh, Chair just misses the ball. It's a really good ball from Powell, but Chair doesn't react quick enough. Oh, really, really close there from Armstrong. But yeah, it's unfortunate to not win that one there from Chair, because that could have been a good opportunity that's kind of gone by pretty much wasted. Going to be careful here. Sargent going to play it into the edge of the box here. It's well rotated. Nunes finds a bit of space. Holmes doesn't quite get there. Waters slide, get in the way. Hernandez puts Norwich 1-0 up. Now, I know it's not the end of the world. There's a second leg. But, boys, that is not what we needed. That is really, really not what we needed right now. 1-0 down. And, again, we've not offered anything. We've not been on the ball. We've not had an opportunity to really get anything made. It's all been Norwich, and it's a justified 1-0. It has to be said. It really, really is, because it has been nothing but Norwich so far. So we've got to be a little bit careful to not let this become too much of a mountain to climb for that second leg here. But Willock going to play it inside to Linden. Linden tries. That's technically our first shot of the game. I don't really know that you can count it as a proper effort, but yeah, they get it away there, and that is half time. Lots of work to do so far, boys. It has been thoroughly underwhelming. It really, really has been. I think some rotation is going to be really important because this second half, not only is it important to try and get back into it for the grand scheme of things, it's also just going to prove to be a big, big game. Full stop, in all honesty. Let's see if there's... What else can I really change here? I think Armstrong's going to have to make way. Chaplin's going to have to come on here, which I'm not upset with because we know how good Chaplin is. But realistically, we know how important Armstrong was in that last game. He was crucial, but that was thanks to Chaplin coming on and having as much of an impact as he had. So maybe Chaplin and Dykes can still make something work here. Second half, lots to do, lots to go for. I don't really want to be heading to Norwich with a goal sort of deficit. I'd rather be heading there with at least a level playing field because that makes things a little bit less stressful. They play the free kick short. It's an effort from range here from Hwang, but Labrovic is going to be comfortably down to that one. We can bring this ball away here. Maybe try a bit of a counter of our own. I mean, you guys will see how limited the highlights are from us, like me actually attacking here. There aren't really many chances that I've been able to create. But Dykes now into Chair, gets it back from Chair. Dykes with a lovely finesse from the edge of the box. It's just wide of the post. That's a really, really good effort. Not bad for our first chance of the game, but it's just off target. I think if that's on target, I think that's going in. Gunn doesn't get there. That's a real good effort from Linden. Just unfortunate to be the wrong side of the post, but as positive start to the second half. Oh, lovely play here. Stacey into Sargent. Sargent just calmly keeping that ball edge of the box here. Good tackle there from Cook. Cook has been really, really impactful today. Good impact off the bench at times for us, or just been, you know, a solid leader at the back here. But let's try and... Oh, I was going to say, let's try and get this ball through to Dykes from Chaplin. But it was just at the defender. It's a bit of a wasted opportunity there because that there for me is a chance for 1-0. It's a bad pass, I have to say. Oh, lose the ball in a bad spot. Hernandez into Sargent. Sargent through one-on-one. Labrovic with a humongous save. He has got no right in saving that. He could absolutely be keeping us in the tie here because that there is the epitome of a lifeline save. It really, really is. I see they're making some changes, and you know what? Fresh legs would not go amiss here. But boys, I'm going to have to do it. It's going to have to be Albert Adoma coming on. I feel like it's much needed. I feel like it's the right thing to do is bringing on Uncle Albert. Again, apologies. I didn't mean to not play him in that last one. I genuinely didn't see the message. Otherwise, he would have got more minutes. But he's going to come on. He's going to hopefully make a bit of an impact in this game. I know in regards to an FC24 sense, it's not a particularly impactful card or player stats, but taking off both wingers, bringing on Uncle Albert for his final home debut at Loftus Road. Final game at Loftus Road, full stop, because he is retiring at the end of the season. And Paul Smith is going to come on as well. Bit of pace on one side, bit of experience on the other, and that is a terrible time to concede. 2-0, boys. Fashnacht is going to make it 2. I probably butchered that name as well, just like I've butchered this game so far. Simply not good enough, boys. The Norwich fans not even that reactive to doubling their lead in a huge, huge game here. Second time in as many games I've gone 2-0 down. The difference is I had a whole half to recoup and make up for the last one. I have 20 minutes this time. It's not looking good, boys. It's not looking good. It could be a bit of a problematic time for us now with 15 to 20 minutes on the clock and a 2-goal deficit. Obviously, we have another game, but like I said, I don't really want to be going in with a deficit going into that game. I mean, we've been a bit of a comeback king once today. I don't want to have to try and rely on doing it again. It's going to be a troublesome 90 the next game, but let's not let this get any worse for us. Let's try and improve on it, please. Please, not like this. Hernandez plays it out wide. Holmes is going to try and close down the angle here. He's going to play it inside Nunez. Is he going to try and play it? No, he's played it back out. McCallum plays it into Hwang. Labrovic with the first save. Hwang tries and heads it off the post, or someone's got clear of it because it's gone off for a corner. Stacey's going off for McLean here. And again, they're playing these short corners. I don't like coming up against AI with short corners because they're an absolute bloody nightmare to defend against. McLean plays it to the edge of the box. Sara with the strike. Sara with the effort. Thankfully, Labrovic gets down with the save. And Walters, what is that pass? Smith, you've got to make a bit of a move for it, mate, because it was meant to be to you. But the pass apparently so bad, he didn't even bloody try. Hernandez, edge of the box, finds Hwang. Hwang looks back and finds Nunes. We cannot let them shoot again. Hwang, Labrovic, mate, I know we've conceded twice, but it could have been about 5 or 6 if it wasn't for Labrovic and his absolutely crucial saves at times today. But we're going to have this edge of the box here again. It's going to be played to Nunes. Nunes takes it past Smith. Adoma comes in. Good win there from Adoma. Can we maybe push in a counter for the last chance of the game here? Paul Smith. Oh, I've just seen it. It was about a mile offside there, Chaplin. We get a second chance to maybe bring it forward. Smith loses that in the middle of the park. Nunes picks it up. Referee, please blow your whistle. Thank you, because I'm not letting them go through again. Oh, my word. We like making it dramatic, don't we, boys? We like making it dramatic. 2-0 to Norwich in the tie so far. And all to play for now. We now have to go to Norwich and not just win, but win by 3. That is a big ask. That is, I genuinely worry that that might be the end of our promotion push. Well, we have a very quick turnaround. It's a 3-day turnaround, and we then have our second leg against Norwich, Carrow Road. We've got to make it ours, boys. We really, really do. Okay, here we go. Back to what is pretty much our starting lineup. Well, this really is our starting lineup, in all honesty, but we need a huge result here. 2-0 down on aggregate. Please, boys. They're highlighting Armstrong, as they should. Got a hat-trick in that very important game against Preston. Obviously, not so much like in the last game because he didn't play, but well, he did. He played 45, didn't he? But this is a huge, huge game, boys. We need to win, and we need to win comfortably. 2 goals down on aggregate. And we have got work to do. Come on, boys. Oh, Barnes on the ball here. Tries to play a ball through there. We got a little bit lucky. Ozzy read that really, really well. Really, really nicely. And we do get a chance to bring it away here. Powell, just a bit of space to run into. Ilias Chair. Going to have a bit of space himself here as well. Lovely stuff here. Chair. Going to play it up to Linden. Linden plays one more to Willock. Willock with the finesse. And, boys, that is the kind of time we need to score a goal in. Lovely stuff. I tried to pick the ball up. 2 on an aggregate. Let's get straight into it. McCallum brings this ball forward, plays it into Gibbs. Gibbs finds Sargent. Sargent, no luck against Jimmy Dunn. Boys, I'm telling you now, this feels a bit different. You know what it is? I think it's that, obviously, both teams have rotated a touch, but I've kind of rotated back into what is my normal 11, whereas they've rotated a couple of players in that maybe wouldn't normally play, and maybe that's going to play into our hands just a little bit here. It does feel like like they've still got players like Sarah's playing, Sargent's playing, but I don't remember if Hernandez is on the starting lineup. McCallum came on last time for them, didn't start. It's definitely a rotated Norwich side, and you can tell the difference, honestly, with how I'm able to sort of play against them in comparison to the last time. It took about 70 minutes for me to get my first shot, and this time I've managed to score within the first half. So it's very evident that it's not their usual 11, but I need to shush for a second. Labrovic, still important that we've got him on the pitch, mate. Well done, mate. Let's try and get this ball away. Sargent with a big header. Labrovic, it kind of almost looked like it was going over him, but he's found the glove to it in the end, which is very, very important. But they're going to play this one short this time. Borja Sainz going to try and get it past Chair. Does so successfully. Looks to the edge of the box, finds Gibbs. Gibbs finds Barnes. Barnes back to Sainz. They're just rotating it, knocking it around really nicely. Sainz with the strike. Labrovic with the save. Come on, boys. Willock takes it past his man here. McCallum absolutely left in the dust. And now Willock's going to try and cut inside. Oh, but Hanley's come across really well there. Good tackle from Hanley, it has to be said. I kind of stopped to try and turn and find the space to pass it, but probably should have kept running. That's on me. Oh, Gibbs here in behind Jimmy Dunn. Jimmy Dunn plays it to Sargent, not Jimmy Dunn. Oh, my word, it wasn't Jimmy Dunn playing it. I promise you Jimmy Dunn didn't try and play it. Is that another save from Labrovic? I thought Sargent just hit it wide of the post, but actually, Labrovic yet again gets down to it. Armstrong up well, mate. Good lad. Gibbs on the edge of the box, so he's going to collect it. And they're going to rotate it round again. Plays it into Sargent. Sargent, I'm telling you now, Labrovic, my friend, you might be the absolute saviour. We've had one saviour at one end of the pitch, and Labrovic has countless times been the saviour at the other end of the pitch in this episode today. And Lyndon Dykes, oh, he's slowed it down too much. Doesn't find the strike on target. It's well defended again. It has to be said, boys. It's not been all our way, but we've looked so much better in this game. But it's not been for the lack of trying from Norwich, man. Norwich have had efforts, but Labrovic has been an absolute machine at the back. But Ozzy loses out in a bit of a bad spot here. Barnes to Sainz, edge of the box, back to Barnes. Barnes with a strike. Barnes just wide of the post, just on the stroke of half-time. That could have been a terrible, terrible time to concede. But it's not over yet, boys. Just like against Preston, we've given ourselves a lifeline with the first goal, and another one sees us back level pegging, and 2 sees us through. So we've got to make sure that we make the most of these chances. Nothing against Linden. He has been an absolute godsend time and time again in countless QPR career modes. But today, it has to be said, Chaplin, I think, is going to be the man for us. He's come on and made a difference in all the games that he's had a chance to play in. I kind of feel like I need to make some changes here. And it's going to be Dazelle coming off for Joby Bellingham. I just think that makes sense as a change here. I think it's just going to be the change that is for a stamina reason. Bellingham's not massively impressed me since signing him, but I think that's largely because I may be playing him slightly out of position. And obviously, in comparison to real life, he's a lot lower rated than his performances suggest in real life. So, you know, bear that in mind. He's a young lad. He's going to take some time to sort of step up to the level we need him to be at. But regardless, boys, this is a huge second half. Absolutely massive. I'm almost tempted to say it's the biggest half of football in the series so far, but I've said that many times. I'll say it again. It's the biggest half of football in the series so far. Let's really push on, boys. Let's find that second. Let's hopefully find that third. I've just asked for a normal headed clearance there. Thankfully, no card shown to Ozzy. It was just a bit unlucky as he's gone for that header. But free kick here for, is that Sara or is it Hernandez? I'm not too sure. He's going to step up to it. Or he's going to step over it. Played it here. Borja Sainz plays it short. Good block from Sam Field, mate. Field the shield in full effect there. But it's not done yet. Labrovic, bloody love him. Got to be careful here. Willock is who I'm controlling. Just stopping that ball from coming across. And I've failed to do so. Bath finds a goal, and it's 3-1 on aggregate now, and it's not looking good, boys. It's looking, I would go as far to say, pretty bad. Simple stuff. This is why I don't like these short corners when the AI play them, man, because look, it's a simple tap in. It's run down the line, tap it in. I don't like playing against people doing it. I don't like playing against AI doing it. And just like that, boys, we need 2 goals again. It's back to square bloody one. And it's not good. But hold on a second. Armstrong here from the pass from Chaplin. Armstrong keeps it alive. Finds Chaplin. Could the goal provider become a goal scorer? He can. It's a quick response. It's a needed response. And just like that, boys, it's 2-2 on the day. 3-2 on aggregate from the kickoff. You could say kickoff glitch. I'll say I don't give a damn. It's in the back of the net. Lovely stuff there. This time, as I say, Armstrong providing and Chaplin scoring. You love to see it, lads. That's exactly what we needed. Still 30 minutes on the clock. Some changes possibly coming in a mo. But for now, we really just need to concentrate and try and secure this extra goal, man. Gibbs plays a lovely ball through. Sargent through one-on-one. Labrovic. Thankfully, a bit of a tame effort there from Sargent. A little bit unexpected from the AI to shoot that tame and timidly, but it's a good save from Labrovic anyway. It needed stopping, and he did stop it. And Willock here, nice bit of footwork to find Chaplin as well. Chaplin cuts inside, finds Willock, going to look back, find Bellingham. Bellingham, look at Chair. Lovely stuff. Ilias, Ilias didn't release it quick enough. Norwich bring this ball forward here again. Barnes going to try and play it inside. Thankfully, the boys step in, but that's a poor pass there. I've cleared that pretty terribly. Labrovic, I bloody love the guy. What an absolute machine Labrovic has been, man. Honestly, where would we be without this man in goal? I don't know. I don't even want to think about it, but we could have a bit of a chance here. Armstrong does use his strength to win that. Plays the finesse and finds the back of the net. I did not think that was going in. I thought the keeper was getting down to that. And just like that, boys, a 3-goal deficit gone. Absolutely lovely. Really well done there. The ball was ambitious, but Armstrong wins it, plays the finesse, and the keeper's had an absolute mare there. Gunner's had a stinker. He's got to save that one. I'm not going to complain. Oh, it's long. I thought Gunn was there. Maybe I'm stupid. Regardless, it's in the back of the net, boys. It's 3-3, and I've made a bunch of changes here. It's been needed as well, but Powell is coming off. Chair is coming off. Smith is going to come on, as is Aaron Drew, the young fullback. Everyone's pretty tired. Powell especially. He was the most tired player on the pitch, but needed to make those changes. I've done what I did in the first game against Preston. I brought Smith on. Willock and him are now both classified as wingers. And they're both on stay forward. No defending from those guys. Get forward, cause the defence's problems here. And Smith immediately causing McCallum's problems as he takes it past him. Good bit of pace. Good turn of pace here. Paul Smith, look at the run. Look at the run. Chaplin. Oh, it's well blocked there from Stacey. He got in the way of it. I won't lie. I was asking for the pass to go all the way through to Willock. But it's a humongous save from Stacey. Just getting in the way there because Chaplin could have bagged his brace. And that would have put us 4-3 up on aggregate. Let's not forget here. But now, ball in here from Chaplin. Jimmy Dunn in a good position, but it's going to find Armstrong, and Armstrong finds the back of the net, boys. It's absolutely huge. He has been nothing short of incredible today. He has absolutely been, I can't even put into words. If he hadn't put his name in the history books of QPR from that first performance, he's definitely done it with this one. I cannot believe what I'm seeing, boys. 2-0 down in the first game. We concede again to make it 3, and we bag ourselves 4 goals. The keeper gets a hand to it, but it's not enough. Armstrong absolutely threw himself at that one, and boy, am I glad he did. That's shocking, by the way, from the keeper to palm that into his goal the way that he did there, but that is so bad from the keeper. But boys, it's so good for us. 87 minutes on the clock, and that could be all she wrote, boys. Let's just make sure we don't give away anything silly here. We don't want extra time. As little game time as possible is honestly absolutely what we want to see. Well done, Aaron Drew, the young lad coming in, stepping in pretty well. They're winning that ball. Armstrong plays it out to Willock here. Willock, mate, just take it down the end of the pitch here. Just keep it down here. Willock, play that into the box now. Oh, Chaplin, I've tried the overhead kick. I've been a bit ambitious there. Forshaw heads it back. Hanley plays it out, and the whistle goes. And just like that, boys, QPR are in the playoff finals, from the brink of missing out to getting all the way to the final. Not just missing out on the final, by the way, missing out on the playoffs full stop. It was so close. It's been a dramatic episode today, but it's been one that we are slowly powering our way through, and 5 goals today from Armstrong could be the difference maker. It really has been a huge performance from the young lad. I expected no less, but it's QPR versus Southampton in the final. A big game, and going to be a difficult one as well, playing against third place. They are no mugs, but this could be absolutely huge, boys, going forward. Just going to see what these emails are. Talking to you to rethink about Cook stuff. I'm sorry, but Cook I don't think is going to be playing, and he says he wants to move on elsewhere. That's fine, it's inevitable. I kind of rotated you as much as I could. Also, Richards was like, oh, I think I should have played, mate. We got the win. Shush your face. Just leave it out, Richards, mate. I'm not having the sass from you today, buddy. But a huge result and a huge game ahead of us against Southampton at Wembley. I'm nervous. Had some emails saying that they wanted to bring some players through, some players wanting to make their way. Also, Welsh has changed his position. He is now a cam, and he's a blooming good one. 65 rated. I'm absolutely fine with that. Randall has said he wants to be promoted to the senior team. I'm okay with doing that. You can come through, my friend. And there was also another player, and I forgot who it was. Was it Spencer? Oh, it's Samar Ali. So Ali also wants to be called up here. The young Cam. That's fine. I'll promote you up as well. That's absolutely okay. There was also another player. So Spencer, from reading that comment, it could be that I got that wrong with Spencer. It could be that we were maybe looking at the wrong player. But I can't really see anyone else that I think makes sense moving from centre-back to CDM. So we'll find out if that changes at a later point. But for now, I'm happy sort of cracking on with what we've got. I think what we've got is looking pretty good in that youth system. Some good player potential, some good players ready to come through. Spencer definitely being one of those. Very excited to get him coming through as well. But yeah, I need to stop looking at these other things. I'm kind of putting it off. Can you guys tell? I'm putting off playing this game. Okay, here we go. I'm saying it again. The biggest game of the series so far. You can see one big change. Chaplin starting ahead of Linden, and I think that's probably justified with the performances today, and that link-up play between Armstrong and Chaplin has been massive. So I'm nervous, boys, but let's get into it. An absolutely enormous game today here between ourselves and Southampton. Again, they're highlighting the main man there, Sinclair Armstrong. Kind of annoyed they didn't do the big build-up. That's kind of frustrating, actually. They didn't do the big build-up. We didn't get to see like the trophy being walked past or anything like that. It's a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. The occasion is already massive here. QPR against Southampton. Who will find themselves in the Premier League next season? Let's find out, and let's hope they're wearing blue and white today. Come on, you Oz. Armstrong, good little ball roll there, but turns into Walker Peters, who is going to bring that ball away. And we've just got to be careful, because on the counter, they've got plenty of pace. They've got plenty of talent as well. Aribo is a player that does worry me just a touch in that sort of midfield, because he's a good little player and good at bringing that ball through, finding passes, finding shots. But Samfield's good at finding tackles, and he's found one there. Oh, Kenneth Powell loses out to Fraser. Adams with the strike. Jake Clark sort of back in the side from his lower stamina. and back in winning the ball there. Fantastic. Yes, Chair's going to bring this forward now. Chaplin makes a lovely run, finds some space here, and Chaplin early on finds the back of the net. And boys, in the playoff final, we take a lovely early lead, and Connor Chaplin summons his inner Bobby Zamora and bags a goal for QPR at Wembley Stadium. Very happy indeed to find the back of the net there. Again, it could be an absolutely huge moment for this series going forward. If we find ourselves into the Premier League after the first season, that honestly just spells good things going forward for us. The team's going to improve a lot. We're going to get some good money and make the team stable, and it's just going to mean that we're able to really progress as we go forward here. So let's see, can we secure it? Can we get the win? I blooming hope so. Come on, boys. What a start. Smallbone tries to play it through, but again, Jimmy Dunn steps in fantastically well. The progress, the redemption arc from Jimmy Dunn in this series has been phenomenal. From a player not really playing all that often to playing pretty frequently and playing pretty blooming well as well has been incredible. A token of incredible, an absolute blast of a strike from Sinclair Armstrong, but it's just the wrong side of the post. Hits the stanchion behind. It's a proper good effort, but it's just off target. We have been, boys, we have been fantastic in these opening 25 minutes. They have offered next to nothing apart from that strike that was well blocked from the defender. They've not offered anything. What a tackle that is from Kenneth Powell, by the way. What an absolutely fantastic tackle that is. And it sets us away here. Oh, I wanted the first ball through to Armstrong. Instead, it's played to Chaplin, and I tried to quickly play it through to Armstrong. But in that time, Armstrong found himself in an offside position. But that ball from Chair, I was hoping to play to Armstrong. I should have done the R1 through ball and showed where I wanted it placed, because then I could have had that ball in perfectly for Armstrong, and we could have been looking at 2. And that would be phenomenal. If we go in after the performances we've had today, where we've had to work hard from being goals behind. What an effort that was, by the way, from Chris Willock. But after having to play and work our hardest to get back into games, it would be amazing to go 2-0 up in a game. It really would be. Although today has been the day of comeback. So actually, maybe it wouldn't have been. Maybe it would have been problematic going 2-0 up, because we've seen what's happened to us when we've gone 2-0 up a couple of times today. So am I lucky to not be taking too much of a lead? I'm not too sure. Kenneth Powell plays it inside now. Sam Field. Or tries to play it to Chair, but loses out. And now Field is a bit out of position here. No one in the middle of the park to really stop that ball through to Adams. I pulled Clark Salter out of the way as well, but thankfully we've sort of recouped quite well. Oh, got to be a touch careful here. Adams going to try and play it through. Labrovic gets down well to his left. Gathers that one. Tom forgets how to speak. And we bring it away just before half-time. That is going to be the stroke of half-time there. Oh, my word. It's good going in at half-time 1-0 up for a change. It's not happened recently. It's not happened today at all, going up in the lead. So it's very nice to do so right now. Very happy with that result as well. And we've looked good for it. We could have had 2 or 3, in all honesty. Southampton had 1 shot, and it was well blocked by Clark Salter. We've kept them pretty quiet today. This is not the game I expected, especially after that first game against Blooming Norwich, where they were absolutely fantastic. But in regards to changes, I think Dazelle or Field at some point makes sense to change. Wouldn't say no to bringing on Holmes if Clark Salter or Dunn get tired. But for now, I'm going to keep the things the same. I don't want to take Armstrong off, because he's been our main outlet for goals today. He's 5 goals in 3 games. You cannot be upset with that, especially 5 such big pressure games. Games that had, you know, literally the entire season on the line. And he has turned up when things mattered most in both the absolutely crucial games. And Chaplin here from range. Oh, that would have been a lovely goal, but what a save that is from the QPR legend that is Joe Lumley. Dazelle picks up this ball in a bit of a loose spot here. Chaplin, lovely hold-up play, plays it into Willock, and Chrissy Willock here makes it 2, doubles the lead. 52 minutes on the clock, boys, and we have secured a 2-goal cushion in the playoff final. Who'd have thought, of all the games today where we looked the most comfortable, it was the most stressful? Because, I mean, could you argue this was the most stressful? The first game could have meant we didn't even get a chance of playoffs. The second game, we absolutely bottled. The third game, the biggest upset for us, or the worst case scenario. But this game, you know, everything's on the line here. So maybe this is, I don't know, regardless, we're performing when it matters most right now, boys. We're holding through, and Sam Field here actually picks up the ball in a fantastic spot. Armstrong, can he find Chaplin? He can. Chaplin makes it 3. Boys, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I have a sneaking suspicion that that could be all she wrote here. A little bit of samba from Chaplin. I love to see it, boys. I am absolutely at a loss for words right now. We have been incredible This has been such a performance. And I have to say, Southampton have not been at the races. They really haven't been. I don't know. What is the highest scoring or the biggest goal difference in a playoff final? I can't think of one right now. None's coming to mind for like a big dramatic thumping in a playoff final. I genuinely can't think of one, but let me know, boys. 3-0, that's got to be up there. I can't think of a single playoff final that's been a 3-goal cushion. Not anyway immediately coming to my mind, but could we maybe push for 4 here? Chair going to get that ball in. What a ball. Good effort. It was a bit near Lumley, but good idea. Good effort. Ball being rotated here. Fraser's going to find that ball forward. Ozzy up well there. Clears that. It was a one-on-one there, so he needed to win that header, and he won it really well. But you can see, by the way, that they are really getting forward now, and they have to. If Southampton want anything from this game, they kind of have to throw everything at us. And when they're attacking, their fullbacks are getting up the pitch. So it's given a real good chance for the likes of Willock, the likes of Chair, to really progress up the pitch here. But they do get a chance now. Jimmy Dunn's going to have to stand strong here, not let this ball into the box. Armstrong now, edge of the box here. Oh, well done, Jimmy Dunn. Well stepped in. Good defending. Couple of changes here, actually quite a few. I think all of my changes I might have made, actually. I have Dykes, Smith, Bellingham, Walters, Holmes on for Clark, Salter, Powell, Armstrong, Field and Willock, all 5 in the 77th minute. I won't lie to you, boys. I tried to change and decide who the captain was going to be, but it kept giving it to either Albert Adoma or giving it to Chaplin. I won't lie to you, I was trying to give it to Ozzy Kakai, but it wouldn't let me do that. So I've made sure that Ilias Chair is the man with the armband, just because, in all honesty, he has been captain for a good chunk of the season when it's not been Cook. Cook actually has asked to leave, and so didn't even make it onto the bench. But hold on a second, Lyndon Dykes. Boys, 4-0. Make it make sense. Where has this come from? Where is this? I mean, you could argue the second half of Preston, we played like this. You could argue second game against Norwich, we've played like this. But we've played like this for 90 minutes today, and we have scored 4 past third place Southampton. And just like that, playoffs are completed, boys. Promotion is secured, and I honestly, I can't believe the fashion we've gone and absolutely unpicked and destroyed this Southampton side. Good effort there, wide of the post. Thankfully, comfortably wide from Adams. It was an easy one to see go wide there. Labrovic, he's been absolutely phenomenal today, but he's not had too much to do in this game in particular. But we just keep this ball now. There's no need to really push on and do anything else. Let's just keep that possession, let that clock run down. And ladies and gentlemen, after our first season, I think about 15 episodes, we have secured a place in the Premier League in the most dramatic fashion. But it's done. It's happened. That is what matters. I'm over the moon. Oh, look at these celebrations. You absolutely love to see it. The QPR fans in the background as well going absolutely mental. You love to see it, boys. I was there when we got promoted in the playoffs previously, right up in the gods, right up at the back. I think 3 rows from the back. Those flags were just such a beautiful sight to behold. But, boys, there it is. The playoff trophy. We have managed to secure it. And Ilias Chair is going to make his way up there and take the honour for himself. Get that trophy lifted, Ilias. Boys, QPR are your playoff winners and are now in the Premier League. Season number 2 is going to be a big one. It's going to be a tough one. Obviously, the state of the squad right now, you'd say, is probably not one that survives the Premier League. But we have got work to do, as if they've shown the as if they show the Southampton fans there as our celebrations go on. But the win is secure, boys. We've managed to do it, and it is a huge, huge result. I am very, very happy with that. Over the moon. I really, really am. The boys absolutely making the most of it. You love to see it. Well done, lads. Huge result. And, man, I'm over the moon. I cannot word it any other way other than I am over the moon. Ecstatic, boys. Ecstatic. What a result. Look at those lads. They're loving life. Absolutely loving it. As they should. Your 2023 Championship playoff champions. Let's keep you out, boys. Love that. Well, boys, it's happened. It's secured. We are Premier League. 4-0 win. An absolute thumping. And no one saw that coming, myself included. But we now have plenty to do and plenty to worry about going forward here. If I get any sort of offers for these kind of players, I am just going to accept them. Cook, we got some decent money for if that move goes through, by the way, him going off to Spain. That'd be lovely. But just going to power our way through here. Get ready for... oh, there we go. He's gone off to Espanyol. £970,000 is fantastic for a player who's about 33 or so. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. And that was, by the way, their initial offer. I didn't ask that. That's just what they offered, boys. So absolutely fantastic for me there. I'll take that in any day of the week, in all honesty. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do, a lot on our plate now in the build-up between now and next season. And yeah, it's going to be a tricky one. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series and, season number 1 of it. Let me know in the comments if you have. The best way as well is leaving a like. Supports me, the video, the channel, the series out a whole bunch. You can see 1,000,001 emails flying through. We're going to worry all about that. I'll start next episode in next season, but you can see 5th place. We got to the 4th round of the FA Cup, 2nd round of the Carabao Cup. We got into the group stage, apparently, international. Oh, that's pre-season, is it? I remember that now. And we were the playoff winners. Premier League football, Premier League. We're coming for you. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. I've been Tom. You guys are awesome. I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves. And of course, wash your hands. Much love, guys. Cornuars.